America is going to be the poorest country in the world starting now. You're going to see the biggest crashes happening right now. So that's good for me because the price of gold and silver go up.
That's interesting because most people in India until the last decade have been migrating to the US, thinking that that is where is the land of opportunity to pursue the great American dream. But over the last 2 years, we've seen an increasing number of people coming back in droves back to India because that's where they're seeing the opportunity. So that is a very interesting shift that I never thought would happen so quickly in my lifetime.
Friends, you got to be serious. You got to be serious because something terrible is coming. And when it comes, it will hit very hard on those who are not prepared. And what is that? A huge financial crisis is coming. And when it comes, government bonds will crash, stocks will crash, shares will crash. So what you need to do to take position, you begin to go for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, for Chainlink, for XRP, for Stellar. These are the coins you need to get yourself involved into. You need to invest in them. Unfortunately, those who were born between 1945 down to 1960 will miss out because they're still living in the old world, of investing in stocks, in share and bond, but that will not save them.
Over 65% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck today. Millions are spending money they don't have. Credit cards, cash advances. Hell, they're even skipping electric bills just to pay the fucking rent. If you're looking around wondering what's going on because the market's up, just remember, the stock market is not the economy. Credit card debt just hit $1.3 trillion. Delinquency, the highest since the end of the Great Recession. And everyone's emergency fund, well, those have been empty for a long fucking time. First comes the debt saturation. That's where most people are right now. Then comes the trigger, a layoff, a medical bill, a rent hike, something that forces someone to stop making payments. When enough people have hit that wall, the cascade begins. Layoffs accelerate, bankruptcies rise, and cars get repoed. That's when the cycle kicks in and doesn't stop. Less spending leads to more pain, which leads to less spending, which leads to even more pain. So if you're wondering how's the market booming while working families are drowning, the system is designed to float on struggling backs until they finally break them.
Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the Great Millstone. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Barakatham, to the sincere believers, the hopefully elect out there listening, learning, keeping the faith and diligence of our Lord Yahweh Shai, occupying the prophecies until all is fulfilled, and Lord will, we are redeemed. So there's really no future here in America. This place is over and everybody is seeing it. You know, you saw in that first clip, the Elamite, he was saying that people are leaving America and they coming back to India. So these nations and Elamites are not the only ones that are leaving. Everybody's leaving. I went into a lesson about last week going into how many Americans are leaving this place and looking to move abroad because they see that there's no future here, especially since Trump has came into office. They see that there's really no light at the end of the tunnel for this place. This place is done. There is no American dream. You can't get ahead in America, man. All right? Just like the one Edomite said in that video, 67%, which I think is higher than that. 67% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. And recently, the stock market has boomed, has went up. And that's only because people are in excess debt. Okay? It's not that people are making more money. It's not that they're saving more. You know what I'm saying? That people are more prosperous. The only reason why the stock market is up is because people are in more debt than ever before. Delinquencies and defaults at an all-time high. So, of course, it's going to be high because the stock market is predicated upon debt. Okay? But what's going to happen when these other nations, that which is already happening, when they start selling off U.S. debt and bonds, all right, things are going to take a quick downturn, man. All right? So we're going to get into this right here in a few articles I got. But over the past few days, Trump has been, putting it out there, or he attempted, which has recently been blocked by the Supreme Court, trying to pretty much gut all the Job Corps centers around America. You know what I'm saying? But Job Corps was set up about 50 or so years ago for youth that, otherwise didn't have a way to get into college or were economically, challenged. It was set up for them so that they could have a way to get into a good paying career and make some good money. But now, Trump, he's looking to do away with that. You know what I'm saying? It's been temporarily blocked. But at some point, all these government programs are going to go under, man, because that's just the way that things are going to go. That's the plan that the elites have. So we'll get a little bit of this. Members of Congress and a federal judge are questioning the Trump administration's plan to shut down Job Corps centers nationwide and halt a residential career training program for low-income youth that was established more than 50 years ago. The Department of Labor last week announced a nationwide pause of operations for dozens of Job Corps centers run by private contractors. The department cited an internal review that concluded the program was costly and had a low success rate. The review also identified safety issues at the residential campuses. The Department of Labor said it would transition students and staff out of the locations by June 30th. So you see, there's really no point to hope in this place, man. Okay? There's nothing left. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that. Because look, as it was prophesied, man, the hope of Egypt is failing. Okay? Let me see here. Yep. Ecclesiastes 12. You know what? This whole chapter is good. But we'll get Ecclesiastes 12 and 5. Also, when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fears shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail, because man goeth to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets. You see, and that's what's happening in Babylon the Great, man. Okay, the desire of Egypt is failing. People see that there's no future, there's nothing left. All right? Teachers are quitting because the kids in school now are just so dumbed down, hard to deal with. The parents don't even parent their children. They pretty much just send them to school as a form of daycare. All right, and they giving these teachers hell, man. So the teachers are like, yo, to hell with it. Trump is cutting back on the Department of Education. All right. So if this next generation was to come up that's in school now, just imagine how messed up that the world would be. All right. So we are indeed in the last generation. You know what I'm saying? There's no doubt about it. All right. This has to be it, man. The way that things are going, you can't continue like this as a society for too much longer, as bad as things already are. Things are only going to get much worse. All right. So, yeah, man, the desire of Egypt is failing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is complaining. Everybody's mourning. All right. Like I said, teachers are quitting. Let's check this video
I want you to send this video to anybody who can't understand why teachers are crashing out and quitting.
I'm gonna say it because it ain't enough people saying it. Some of y'all send them kids to school because you just need a break from their ass. But you don't worry about the hell that they're causing these teachers.
So I'm physically leaving education and not coming back because I physically can't do it no more.
There is a big epidemic right now with teachers just quitting. And the school systems in most parts of America are in the dumpster. Okay, complete dumpster fire. And I wonder why that is. And I want to hear your comments down below. Because teachers have had enough with the no discipline, the change in curriculums, these good idea fairies, and then the budgets and just not being paid enough. I want to get to the bottom of this. I'm giving my opinion. And I want your comments down below. Let's go.
I'm going to skip to this part of the video right here.
it. Some of y'all send them kids to school because you just need a break from their ass, but you don't worry about the hell that they're causing these teachers. You taught them kids how to cuss, twerk, and talk back, but you forgot to teach them how to sit down, shut up, and listen.
And who does that sound like? That sound like the beat of, don't it? Sound like Keisha. All right, showing you that the so-called black woman, Eve, has destroyed the Israelite community, man. Okay? All these YNs you see running around, all these Pookies and Ray Rays, guess what? They're products of single parent homes. They're products of Keishas, man. You see? And the younger generation you have coming up that's in grade school now, they're completely unbearable, man. They have no type of discipline, no type of respect, no type of honor, all right? No type of decorum. They just complete monsters. And again, this is the product of the so-called black woman.
These kids know every TikTok dance there is, but don't know how to raise their hand before they speak. And then when the teacher reaches out to the parent to try to get some assistance for this mini menace, you got to issue and make every excuse in the book for why your child is acting up. That's not ADHD, ma'am. That's ain't no damn training.
Notice how she said, ma'am. So these teachers, they not really dealing with men like that. They're dealing with single parent, single mother households. And this is why things are so bad, man. See, this is the importance of why men need to be in their children's lives, man. Because if you leave it up to Keisha to raise a competent human being, 9 times out of 10, it's going to go left. All right, because the so-called black woman, her damn self, don't have no guidance. You see? When she's left to her own devices, man, she going to destroy herself and her children. And this is the exact reason why teachers don't even want to teach no more. And I thought it was bad when I was in school. You know? You know? Like when I was in school, I know a few teachers quit, man. Like, you know, like I thought it was bad then. But now it's like nobody wants to teach anymore. Nobody wants to deal with this new generation of kids in school, man, because it's just like it's more of a headache than it is a reward. You know what I'm saying? And teachers don't get paid that much. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a teacher in this day and age, then you really love what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't really, I mean, the money is a plus, but you do what you do because you love to do it. All right. And these kids now, they've taken the joy out of teaching. You see what I'm saying? So this goes into the point of there is no future here. All right? Because in school, this is supposed to be the next generation that's going to come up and it's supposed to be productive in society. If this is the way that things are going with the younger generation now, just imagine in 4, 5, 10 years when they come of age and you know, they get into society. It's going to be a complete mess, man. Everybody's going to be a crash out.
I seen a mother kid tell a teacher, my mama said you can't tell me what to do.
Yeah, my mama said, see that? My mama said you can't tell me to do X, Y, Z.
Can't tell you what to do, and that's the fucking problem. Can you imagine being a teacher and before you can even teach academics, you got to teach basic manners to these unruly ass children, and then you have to deal with a parent who gets offensive about you telling them about their child. Ma'am, your daughter is not expressive. She's just disrespectful, okay? So please.
Wow. So even when the teachers are confronting these Keishas about the behavior of their children, they defend yo, this is crazy, man. But they defend the dysfunction of the children, showing you that there's no discipline in these single mother homes, man. Zero. They don't discipline their kids. And I know this for a fact because I dealt with a chick that had a baby at one point in time. And when I was around, I had to tell her, yo, like, don't, because she had a son, but I had to tell her, like, yo, don't let him just do what he want to do. Like, you got to whoop his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, or at least discipline him in some type of way. He'd be crying and stuff. I'm like, yo, stop all that crying, man. Like, you know, she'd be like, don't tell him to stop crying and this. I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? That's why we ain't last too long, man. But look, look, this is a real thing. Okay, I've seen it myself. So it's bad out here, man. You know it's bad when you can't even talk to the parents about the behavior of the children and have them do something about it. The parents now are actually doubling down on the dysfunction of the children. You know? So yeah, it's cool.
Just try to give a little bit more consideration to these teachers and support them when they need it. Remember that these are your kids, not theirs. So for them to make it their job to try to teach your child some shit, not have to go through none of the bullshit. Me personally, I couldn't be nobody's teacher because one, I don't have to, and I'm flipping the fucking before they can finish their sentence. You sure the fuck don't have to, and I don't either.
Well said. I mean, what is the end result of this? Especially high school. In a couple of years, you're out in society dealing with adults that aren't going to put up with your stuff. They're just going to fire you, ostracize you, push you out, take advantage of you. What I used to see them when they would come to the military, and they don't know how to stand with respect. They would talk to their superiors without a notepad in their hand, without a pen, without the ability to think on their feet, be respectful, be able to take orders, be able to like think their way through a problem. Like, how are they supposed to survive at the next step in life? How are they supposed to work well with their spouse? How are they supposed to feed themselves?
They have no balance, right? These children now are, predominantly, single parent households, man, especially with Jake, Keisha. She's raising them. So there's no balance, there's no guidance, all right? They don't have any sense of, okay, if I do something wrong, there's a consequence. No. They're just allowed to do whatever, then they go out here and they do the same thing. All right, so to hell with 2/3 of Jake, to hell with Keisha, to hell with Pookie, to hell with Ray Ray, man. The Lord going to destroy them all because they need to be destroyed. They're too far gone. All right? And this contributes to the fact that America is done. All right? There's no coming back from this place, man. This is the future. This is the future of America right here, man. Dysfunction, unruliness, crash outs. Okay? Atlanta housing market at risk as demand for homes collapses. And you seeing this all over America to where the housing market in Florida, Texas, California is super bad, man. With the housing market. And this is a main indicator that something bad is on the way because they're building all these new houses and there's nobody that wants to buy because now you've pretty much had the price of a house double, triple even in some cases over the past 5 years. All right. Remember the time when a house used to cost you $200,000, you could get something really nice, like damn near a mansion for $500,000-$600,000 at one point in time. Now, if you want, let's say that you want a 5-bedroom house, man, that thing is damn near running you $1 million, man. All right. So nobody can afford that. You'll never pay that off. And this all goes into the plan of the W to the E to the F of you will own nothing and you will be happy. All right. But really, he should have said you will own nothing and you won't be happy because, you know what I'm saying? How can anyone truly be happy in a system of oppression? And this is Esau, man. All right. This is what Esau wants for you. This is the future to where you'll work hard as hell, but you ain't going to have nothing to show for it, man. And that's what a lot of people at in this time. Atlanta's once red-hot housing market is suffering a cool down as the Georgia city reported the biggest share of home sale cancellations in April of all U.S. metro analyzed by Redfin and sales fell year over year for the third consecutive month. The city's housing market is at risk of experiencing a significant downturn with price drops so steep that it could feel very much like a crash. You see that? Okay, we'll hold that. Matter of fact, yeah. Yes, Lakia. So, I thought I had another article. I swear I did have another article, though. But yeah, it's all good. So, yeah, man, the housing market in multiple states, really all over America, is going down, right? Because nobody can afford, and people are actually being priced out of their homes, man. All right, property taxes going up, insurance on the house and repairs if something, breaks, everything is just going up, man. So a lot of people are having to sell. People are hearing rumors of, it's economic collapse coming. So people are selling their homes, taking the money, and they're doing other things with it. You know what I'm saying? They could otherwise benefit them in the long run. All right. But even if you don't sell your home or you think that you make enough money to stay in it, at some point, guess what Esau is going to do? At some point, Esau is going to enact eminent domain. Okay, which that's a unrighteous decree that this devil is known for doing, man. And I think in a few states, like, he's actually doing that. Like, he's actually using taking farmland away from farmers and saying that it's eminent domain. Okay, listen, there's a lot of stuff going on under the radar that you wouldn't know about because there's a media blackout. All right, even overseas, there's a lot going on. All right, so here, farmers in crisis as staple crop becomes increasingly difficult to grow. We're actually losing money. And these are farmers all over the world. Okay, not just in America. All right, all over the world, the farmers are mourning. All right, farmers in crisis as stable crop becomes increasingly difficult to grow. Once a global spice powerhouse, Indonesia's clove industry is now struggling to cope with climate shifts and weather unpredictability. Now, the warm, sweet scent of cloves is a reminder of struggle rather than abundance in the region. A new AFP report highlights that rising global temperatures and related extreme weather events have significantly impacted clove farming in Indonesia, which is historically known for its abundant production. Farmers tell AFP that unpredictable and intense rainfall is disrupting normal growing conditions, disturbing the needed and delicate balance of temperature and humidity necessary for clove trees to thrive. Now, we'll go to 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, right? 'Cause this is biblical prophecy right here. That's going on. Let me see, 2nd Ezra 16. No, it's somewhere down here. I know that's the farmers, they that till the ground. Matter of fact, that might be 15, Salakia. Yeah, Salakia. 2nd Ezra 15, I was reading past it. 2nd Ezra 15 to 12, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, which are the farmers, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. You see that? So is prophesied, all right? The prophet Ezra seen the vision where they that till the ground, the farmers, okay, would be mourning because their seeds, their crops would be failing. All right. As we reading in this article here, all right, through wild weather, all right, extreme weather events. You see that? The blasting and hail, all right, But this is only the beginning, man. Ain't nothing, people ain't seen nothing yet. Then on top of that, you have famines that are brewing around the earth. Okay? So we're in a time of great tribulation, man. This is the beginning of sorrows. Check this out as well. UK farmers lost £1 billion in arable income after extreme wet weather. See, as we just read, 2nd Ezra 15 and 13, through the blasting in hell, right, they that till the ground shall mourn. All right, fears are growing that farmers could be facing another terrible harvest this year following the hottest spring on record. You see, and this thing is affecting not only local food markets, but global food markets as well. This is why global trade is breaking down. Okay, so Yahweh Bashmel Shai is plaguing this earth, man. All right, he's plaguing the heathen. Because this is the end of their world, the end of their kingdom. Georgia female farmers lose grant money under cuts to USDA DEI program. Let's check it out.
Welcome to the Cardboard Garden. Alicia Williams started the urban farm to help feed her community.
You can cook them like greens, saute them in a pan with some olive oil and seasoning.
Right now she's growing broccoli, collard greens, tomatoes, but she wanted to be able to grow all year round, so she applied for grants to start hydroponic farming.
So my whole property is half an acre, but these 3 racks, I can grow a half an acre of lettuce in one small building.
She got the equipment delivered, but she's learned the grant itself has been eliminated. A grant for the hydroponic system titled Climate. She lost another grant related to soil health management labeled BIPOC.
Even though the programs may seem to be geared towards, minority farmers or underserved groups, we feed everyone.
A recent White House report touted $2.3 billion in taxpayer savings due to cuts in DEI-related initiatives across agencies, including agriculture.
We are realigning the U.S. Department of Agriculture, not around, diversity, equity, and inclusion, not around sending grants to San Francisco for transgender and queer farmers, not around studying the menstrual cycles of transgender mice, but instead around our farmers and our ranchers.
The national.
And see, for you Eves out there that wholeheartedly put your trust into the system, wholeheartedly put your trust into the hope that if you didn't get up under a man, that if you just took Esau's goodies, if you took the vintage that he gave you, that you would be set for life. Okay? You know what I'm saying? You don't need to have a man. You can just have your farm or just have your career and you would be good, man. But no, okay? That was only for a short amount of time. See, now a lot of these women are losing, man. And mainly the Israelite woman, because she's the main one that has neglected her family. Okay, she's the main one that has pretty much gone it alone, all right? She's the one that says she don't need a man. She's the one that took the government benefits. And Esau used you to destroy yourself, to destroy your community, and to destroy the Israelite man. So now that agenda has been accomplished, now he's done with you. Okay, now he's taken away the DEI. Now he's taken away all the government subsidies. He's taken away the Section 8, the SNAP. All right, all of that, man. So now you women, you about to feel it. All right, as the scriptures say, rise up, you women that are at ease. All right, because these women have been comfortable. They've been at ease in Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? Very soon, they're not going to be able to get the hair. They ain't going to be able to get the wigs. They ain't going to be able to get the eyelashes. They're not going to be able to get the dainties that made them feel like, they were on top. All right, all of the pleasant things that they love to have. You know what I'm saying? Because women live for comfort. You know what I'm saying? So all that comfort, the Lord is going to take it away and he going to strip you down bare, right? Because you women have been proud as hell, man. Okay? Especially against the Israelite man. You've been proud as hell. And don't the scriptures say that pride go up before destruction? So this is where we at. See, we're in a time where the Lord is addressing everybody, man. All right? If you ain't right, you going to get addressed by Yahweh Bashmel Shai. You know, see what else we got here. Oh, check this out as well. This video. Something very bad is happening in the economy. Let's get this.
So, I've said it before that I lost my job. I got fired. It's going on a month now. And I'm still waiting on unemployment. I haven't gotten any updates, so I haven't gotten any money yet. Luckily, my dad, who's in his 80s, is helping me. And that's really embarrassing. And I don't want to put that pressure on him.
Breaking news as the Challenger job report is out, and it is a nasty one as the year-to-date job cuts now reach nearly 700,000 job cuts, which is only 65,000 job cuts away for the total combined year of 2024. The job market is unraveling, and it is unraveling fast. And remember this, you guys.
And it's unraveling fast because there's no future. See? There's no future here in America, man. And if you can't see it, I don't even know what to tell you. I mean, listen to what he just said. So far, 696,000 jobs have been cut, man. And guess what? The jobs are not coming back. Global trade is all messed up. These other nations are not messing with America like that. They talking about a new CV19 virus that's coming about. Talking about food shortages. All right, people losing their homes. You know, it's not good. Everywhere you look, it's a bad report. People are mourning. All right, once again, the beginning of sorrows that our Lord Yahweh Shai warned us about that will take place before his second coming.
Once unemployment really starts taking off, it's almost unstoppable because mass layoffs cause more mass layoffs. It's a really destructive doom loop. So today we're going to look at why these job cuts are happening, where are these job cuts happening, and what industries are these job cuts taking place in. We're also going to hear from multiple Americans on their status of employment, and some of these people have been trying for months to find a job but can't, and others are currently training their replacements. One of the things for sure that I want to tell you guys is do not quit your job. I repeat, do not quit your job unless you 100% have another job that's already lined up, because the United...
Yeah, if you quit your job now, look, whatever you're doing, keep on doing it until this whole thing just collapse, man. Okay? Whatever you're doing, as much as you hate it, as much as you hate going there, I mean, look, it is what it is, man. You know, but we know what's going to happen at the end of all this. You know what I'm saying? We know that the plug is going to get pulled on this society real soon, so we just got to ride it out until then. But look, if you quit right now, the chances are slim to none, all right, that you're going to get something else, man, because there's no jobs out here. Okay? Let's go to staying right here. Ecclesiastes 12, and let's start at 1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. And this is the time in which people are saying that they have no pleasure in these times, because times are so hard. The mirth of the land is gone. Everything is drying up. Verse 2, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few. And those that look out of the windows be darkened. And that's what's happening, man. The grinders are few in this time. I think a brother had went into it that 70% of Americans are currently unemployed. And check this out too. Very soon, they're about to cut the unemployment benefits. Okay? They about to cut that. They about to cut all of that, man. So look at the scenario. Everybody's not working. They're cutting aid. They're cutting funding to these businesses, and all this other stuff. And they're going to stop the unemployment benefits. What kind of scenario do you think is going to happen from that, man? Well, you're going to see 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, seditions among men, uprisings, protests, people are gonna have enough. You can't live like this, man. People got children, people got responsibilities, you know what I'm saying? People got, elderly in their family that they're taking care of, and if they ain't got no money coming in, a lot of people are gonna perish, but that's the plan anyway, okay? That's the plan from the devil. Verse 4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. See that? So we're in a time of a great transition, you know what I'm saying? Yahweh Bashmil Shai is doing his big one on American Babylon.
United States and American job market is absolutely bonkers. And welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. The Challenger Report for May 2025. This came out today, June 5th, 2025. May job cuts are up 47% year over year. US-based employers announced 93,816 job cuts in May. That's down 12%.
Are you hearing these numbers, man? US-based employers announced 93,816 job cuts in May. 105,000 in April. Yo, if you can't see that it ain't no hill in this place, I don't know what to tell you, man. See, Trump came in to finish this place off. You know what I'm saying? Biden was the setup. He gave you the jab, and now Trump is coming in with the haymakers. You know what I'm saying? He's coming in with the heavy hits. All right, it's only a matter of time before this whore goes down and she don't get back up.
From April, but it's up 47% year over year. This time last year, there were 63,800 job cuts, so a lot more this year. Now, tariffs, funding cuts, consumer spending, and overall economic pessimism are putting intense pressure on companies' workforces. Companies are now spending less, slowing hiring, and sending layoff notices. Now, this chart is from January to May as far as job cuts, and these are different years. So you guys can see that the last time we've had this pace of job cuts was during lockdown. We literally had to lock down society and no one could leave their house. That's the last time that we've had the job cuts that we have right now. Through May, employers have announced 696,309 job cuts, which is an increase of 80% year over year, 80% higher year over year, and last year was already bad. It is 65,049 job cuts away from matching the entire year total for 2024. Now,
yeah, it's over, man. It's cooked. All right. Let's go to Jeremiah 51, because this, this place can't be healed. Jeremiah, check it out. Babylon judged for sins against Israel. That's what's happening, man. This place is under judgment. All right. Jeremiah 51, and we'll start at Verse 6, flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain, if so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. See that? So there is no balm, there is no healing ointment that you can put on the wound of the whore to bring her back to her former glory. No. Now that wound that has been inflicted on Babylon the Great is now festering into an cesspool of disease and decay. All right? That's what this place is, man. This place is degenerately decaying rapidly. Forsake her and let us go, everyone, into his own country. All right. And remember that TikTok clip we played in the beginning with that Elamite, that's, so-called Indian. All right. He said, now you're having Indians in droves leave America and come back to India, because now there's more opportunity in India than there is in America. Okay, so that speaks to this same verse right here, Jeremiah 51:9. It says, forsake her. Let's leave this place. There's nothing left for us here. And let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the sky. See, these other nations can see the writing on the wall for America. All right. It's only these stupid Babylonians in these 2/3 Jakes, they can't see it, man. They still believe in this place. Okay. They still believe in it. And see, even us in this truth, man, we already have prepared our minds for the inevitable. All right. We understand that at some point we're going to lose our jobs too. You see, at some point we're going to lose our house and car and whatever else. But hey, it is what it is. It's all vanity at the end of the day, man. We don't, you know, the Lord give us these things, you know, for a time to be able to get by, man. But as the scriptures say, that we are to be as pilgrims, man. A pilgrim don't have no set place where he stay, and you know what I'm saying, like he got his setup there and that's just the end all be all. No, a pilgrim understand that at some point he may be somewhere for a time, but at some point he gonna get up and he's gonna move on. You see? And whatever he had in that place, he's gonna leave that behind. He ain't gonna worry about it. All right, because the scriptures also say that we have what? No continuing city here. All right, that this is not our rest. So this is the mindset you have to have, man. All right. That's why you flee Babylon in the spirit. Take your mind out of this place, because if you're attached to this place in the spirit, then when this place go down, you're going to take that MOTB, because you're going to live your life here so much that you're going to do anything to sustain yourself, right? Rather than trusting Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Yeah, let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. You see? Let's go to Isaiah 24. Because, you know, people, suicide, you know what I'm saying? Suicide is at an all-time high, man. All right? People are languishing. They're pining away. Isaiah 24:7. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. The mirth of tabrets ceases, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceases. They shall not drink wine with a song, strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. Yeah, ain't nothing going to be able to take the sorrow away from people's situation, man. All right, but you have people doing that, though. Like, you have people just on the bottle every day, hitting the bottle hard, man. And it's still not working, okay? People are literally drinking themselves to the grave. All right, because why? There's no hope. People are destroyed in their minds. All right? It ain't no love out here. It ain't no opportunity. It ain't no happiness. It ain't no joy. So people just like, F it. I'm going to just drink myself until I go back to the spirit world, or I'm going to blow my brains out, or I'm going to just crash out. All right? This is where we at, man. You know, this is a very cold society. And this is why you should fear the Lord, because all these things are happening because of what? People's pride, man. All these things are happening because people refuse to take heed to sound counsel, man. Okay? Wickedness only prospers for a season, but you have to understand the time is going to come when you're going to have to pay for that wickedness, man. All right? Don't the scriptures say that whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap? So people are now reaping what they have sown, and they cannot deal with the reality of it. All right. Isaiah 24:10, the city of confusion, which is America, Babylon the Great. Okay, Babal means confusion, is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. When you go into mirth, it goes into being happy, you know, being being in a good spirit, being in a good mood, you know, being joyous. All that is gone. You know what I'm saying? All that is gone, man. And the only reason why people look like they happy or pretend like they happy is because they still have some semblance of normalcy in this society. Things are bad, yes, but there is, if you want to go to the bar, or if you want to hop on a plane and take a trip somewhere, you can still do that. All right. You can still go to a, you know what I'm saying, go out to a show, or, you know what I'm saying, go to a, you know, NBA finals game, you know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to do, those things are still open. But the moment where all that stops, that's when it's going to be like, damn, you know, we really have nothing left. You see? And this is where the Lord is going to bring it to, man. The Lord is going to bring it to where he's, you know, Yahweh Bashmel Shah is breaking America down to a science, man. All right. He's breaking these people down to the bare molecule. All right. These people are even plagued in their minds. All right. Verse 12, the city it's like in the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. All right. And there's another scripture that say that the Lord is going to sweep this place with the besom of destruction. All right. So this place is going to be swept with destruction like a broom, man. All right. And it's not going to be nothing left. There's nothing left here to hope in. There is no future. All right. This place going to be overthrown violently, man. So, you know, all of what's going on. All right. And there's a lot more going on as well. I just tried to get, you know, some things just to bring it out. You know what I'm saying? But there's a whole lot more going on, man. You know, and yeah, things are gonna get a lot worse, all right, before they get better. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and close out here. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying through the Rakah Kadash, called Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash. And until next time, Lord willing, shalom to the elect, Kom Yashala, Wa Baba Ball.